You wake up and reach for something sweet, not because you're hungry, just because it's there. The cereal, the flavored coffee, the little treat before the day even begins. You tell yourself it's normal. Everyone does it. By 10 a.m., you're already tired, not exhausted, just foggy, like your brain is moving through syrup. You scroll, you sip, you chew, you wait for the spark. It comes, for a minute, then it fades, again. So you reach again, another snack, another drink, another small hit of comfort. It's not dramatic, it's subtle. That's what makes it dangerous. You're not out of control, you're just constantly pulled by cravings that don't even feel like cravings anymore. It's routine. Afternoon hits, energy crashes. You blame sleep, school, work, stress. Maybe you even blame yourself. Why can't I just focus? Why do I feel so drained? Why do I need something all the time? So you promise, tomorrow I'll eat better. Tomorrow I'll stop. Tomorrow I'll be more disciplined. Tomorrow. And tomorrow turns into a week, then a month, and nothing changes. Not because you're weak, not because you lack motivation, but because something has been quietly running the show. Comfort, distraction, the automatic yes. Sugar isn't just food, it's noise. It's a quick escape from boredom, the tiny reward for surviving another hour, the familiar routine that keeps you from ever feeling fully uncomfortable. And that's the trap, because growth lives in discomfort, but you've been trained to avoid it. So what actually happens after 12 hours without sugar? At first, nothing dramatic. You don't suddenly become superhuman. You don't glow. You don't transform. You just feel it. The absence. The itch. Your body asks, where is it? Your mind whispers, just a little won't hurt. That's the moment. Not for 24 hours, not after a month, right there, when you realize how automatic it's been. 12 hours without sugar doesn't just change your blood, it reveals your dependence. It shows you how often you say yes without thinking, how often you reach without choosing. Your energy dips, then steadies. Your hunger feels different, cleaner, more honest. You notice boredom more clearly. You notice stress more clearly. You notice yourself. And that can feel uncomfortable because without the constant spike, there's no quick escape, no instant reward, just you. And this is where most people turn back, not because they're incapable, but because quiet feels strange, stillness feels exposed. But here's the truth. This was never about sugar. It's about control. It's about who decides what goes into your body, who decides when you eat, who decides when you say no. For years, it's been impulse, routine, convenience. But in those 12 hours, something shifts. You realize you can feel a craving and not move. You can hear the whisper and not obey. That's power. Not loud power, not motivational speech power, quiet power. The kind that builds identity. Because discipline isn't punishment, it's self-respect. It's looking at your own urges and saying, I'm in charge, not the label, not the habit, not the mood. You. And the crazy part? After 12 hours, your body starts stabilizing. Energy levels begin to level out. No massive spike, no violent crash, just steadier fuel. Your focus sharpens slightly. Your mood evens out slightly. Nothing extreme, just stable. And stability feels boring at first because you've been living on spikes. But spikes come with crashes, and crashes come with regret. That quiet regret at night when you think, why do I feel so sluggish? Why can't I stick to anything? It was never about willpower. It was about constant stimulation. When you remove sugar for 12 hours, you remove one layer of noise. And underneath that noise, is clarity. Clarity about your patterns, clarity about your triggers, clarity about how often you trade long-term strength for short-term comfort. And this is where everything changes. Because once you see the pattern, you can't unsee it. You start to realize how many areas of your life run the same way. Scroll when bored, snack when stressed, quit when uncomfortable, say tomorrow when today feels hard. It's the same muscle. And if you can build it here, in something as simple as not eating sugar for 12 hours, you can build it anywhere. Discipline isn't about food, it's about freedom. Freedom from needing something every hour. Freedom from crashing at 3 p.m. Freedom from promising yourself change and never delivering. Every time you sit with a craving and don't react, you strengthen something invisible. And that invisible strength starts bleeding into everything. Your workouts, your study sessions, your conversations, your confidence. Because you trust yourself more. You said you wouldn't, and you didn't. That's integrity. And integrity builds identity. So after 12 hours without sugar, you don't just get physical benefits, you get evidence. Evidence that you are not your impulses. Evidence that discomfort won't kill you. Evidence that you can choose long-term power over short-term pleasure. And once you taste that kind of control, the old comfort doesn't hit the same. So the real question isn't what happens to your body after 12 hours without sugar. The real question is, what happens to you when you realize you were capable of saying no all along? And when the next craving shows up, who's going to decide?